Gary, can you take us through your process when you are becoming a student and then the moment you feel comfortable putting money behind a thesis?
I am always a student. I have never, ever been I don't think I've ever had a second in my life where I thought I knew everything. So I'm always a student.
What about with Bitcoin? How long were you?
But I don't have to be a student. I think his question is, just because I identify myself as a student doesn't mean that I can't make an investment decision, right? Like I don't have to, I'm never going to get 100% comfortable that I know everything. I knew enough about Bitcoin to go, okay, this is interesting. Let me buy a few Bitcoin here and see what happens. The more I studied it, the more my thesis was solidified. I became a better, more knowledgeable person. Initially, you actually lose your knowledge, but anyway, that's a whole different story. But the more I studied it, as I went through the 25 plus hours, if I can get over 25 hours, I can get to 100 hours. If I can do anything for 10,000 hours, I will become great at it. I am so totally convinced of that now. But I think I'm always a student and I'm always learning. And that doesn't mean that I have to know everything to make a move. Also, I think I don't ape into these deals. I think people think I just ape into it, look at a deal and go, hey, let me put $40 million in this. Now what I do, I kind of ease into it. I've been in this now 5 or 6 years, and I keep adding as my knowledge becomes firmer. My understanding becomes better, then I'm able to deploy more and more. So to me, that's the right strategy. And the beauty is if you stay focused on a couple of areas, I don't have to know everything. And therefore I can put a tremendous amount of knowledge into 1 or 2 areas and become really, really, really good at them.
What do you catch yourself saying though? How you initially lose your knowledge? What do you mean by that?
Well, I think you go through this curve of understanding. So I think when
like for a topic or
any topic I'm studying, I bring a bias to that topic, right? I bring something that I think I know, usually have to unknow that. Like, especially with Bitcoin, some of the things that I thought I knew that were certain in my universe, I had to re-challenge. Okay. Like I had never seen a finite supply. So I started comparing Bitcoin against oil. I started comparing Bitcoin against homes. I started comparing Bitcoin against fine art. And the fine art was the best analogy I could come up with. And so I started looking at Bitcoin as, oh, wow, this is like fine art or a finite baseball card, right? If I do nothing more than look at Bitcoin as a unique, once in a lifetime, there's only so many of these units, whether they're baseball cards, diamonds, crude oil, fancy cars, watches. I think when you have a product that looks like fine art, sounds like fine art, is unique, it's one of a kind, there's always going to be enough money around the world that says, I want one of those, or I want all 21 million of them. I mean, if I could have bought all 21 million, dude, if I'd have been smart enough, I should have. So that's what I mean. I have to go through an area of challenging my old thesis, and because it doesn't always hold up.
You think CPI will affect the Bitcoin price tomorrow?
I'm starting to believe that nothing affects Bitcoin price. It does whatever the fuck it wants to do. I am really there now. I'm like, I don't care anymore. I just want to have more Bitcoin next week and next month. So I don't think anything's hurting Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's just going to do whatever it's going to do. CPI, it's a bullshit number, dude. So I don't even know why people get all caught up in this. The CPI number is being played with. It's not, they keep changing the metrics. And every time you change the metrics, you change, you're comparing one thing against another that has nothing to do with each other. Talk about lack of fungibility. Okay. You cannot keep changing what You know, like these jobs, okay? The job numbers. I mean, is it U2 or U6? Is it like you guys get really comfortable when 75% of all the employment growth is from government? That should be a negative indicator. Shouldn't be a positive. Market should go down when you see the government hiring a bunch of people. Okay, you're in a deficit and you're hiring 75% of the employment growth comes from government. Why does the market go up? It's not a positive employment number, dude. Having the people work inside the government is not productive. Making 120 grand a year to work inside the government, what the fuck are you doing? Nothing, dude. They're doing zero, okay? They're taking a paycheck and pretending to be a positive stat. It is only when I hire someone where they're actually helping society, because we're creating something. And if we don't create something and produce something valuable, guess what? I go out of business and they lose their job. And the government, they just keep hiring more people. Okay, why would you hire more people when you're failing? These are the basic questions that need to be asked right now. I know this was a question and answer, but like this next 4 years, we need to be looking at everybody going, what is your grade? What did you do for your state? Did it increase? Did your GDP increase as a state? If not, get the fuck out and take your whole crew, dude. Like I would be happy to be elected. And if I don't hit my numbers, dude, take me down. Maybe that's what we need to do is go to more of a business model. Go, dude, these are stats you have to fix. If you're going to run on this and make them run on it. I'm in Florida. This is what I'm going to do to the school system. This is what I'm going to do to the tax. This is what we're going to do to the roads. And in 4 years, look, this was my list of items to do. They're real hard things. They're with defining metrics. They're not, we're going to have parades and everyone's going to be happy. That is not something you can measure. Okay. Like we need to be measuring things. Okay. If we have 300,000 immigrants in Florida, then hey, let's go figure out how to either get them legal or get them out. That'd be my deal. Get them legal or get them out, dude. One or the other. And but most certainly we have to know who's here. That's a fair request, right? That we know who's in our backyard. Is that okay? Because I'd like to know everybody in our backyard. I'd like to have everybody with a passport or a license. I think that's legit, dude. Some identity cards so that you know where the hell this person came from.